Penyrenglyn Primary School. A dragon's dream. The quest for the dragon eggs.
The night was approaching swiftly. Yawning and stretching, his heavy eyes grew more tired. His mother covered him from the cold winds with her protective wings.
Night, night, my scaly boy. Dream of princesses and castles.
In a dream state, the little dragon watched from afar with his volcanic orange eyes. He was no longer snuggled up in his warm, cozy cave. He was in a castle. Outside, merchants were busy.
The soldiers' armor clanked as they patrolled the castle walls, and jewelry jingled round wealthy people's necks.
Out of the corner of his eyes, the little dragon spotted Arwen the Knight, the most handsome, the bravest, and the strongest knight in the land.
Why, oh why do I have to do this? Because the king said it is the only way to marry Princess Penyrenglyn. I have to steal the dragon's eggs. How will I do this impossible task? I'm afraid of dragons.
The little dragon watched quietly as the beautiful and joyful Penyrenglyn grabbed him and pulled him around the corner.
So are you any closer to getting us married?
Kind of. I have to prove I'm worthy of you by stealing dragon eggs that are needed for peace treaty with the Arachne kingdom. This will stop them from infiltrating the castle walls and attacking us.
No, you mustn't. You'll be burnt like a chicken on fire.
I know, but I must try for your father, for our kingdom, and most importantly, for us. I'm going to do it. I will find a way. I'm going to steal them.
Be careful, my one and only love. Dreaded his mission and wishing he was home. It seemed like forever since he looked into the beautiful Penyrenglyn's eyes.
The days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, and his journey seemed to take forever. Tired, exhausted, and shattered, his horse was panting heavily, gasping for air. He was extremely fed up. The forest was never ending, and he was afraid that he wouldn't marry his true love.
Lightning poured from the sky and it rained heavily. It was miserable. Even now, after all this time, the horse wanted to turn around and go back, but Arwen was brave and would not let him. It was gloomy and scary, but Arwen was determined to succeed.
Animals were howling in the distance. There was a cold breeze and the bushes and leaves were rustling.
Eventually, he came across a gloopy, grimy swamp. As he waded to the middle of the swamp, he spotted a small goblin.
Even from afar, the goblin smelt vile, just like a swamp.
Hello, can you help me? I was wondering if you could help me find a dragon's nest.
Only if you solve my riddle.
Okay.
What runs but never walks, has no head but has a bed?
A river?
I didn't think you'd get that one. Darn it. I guess I have an idea where you could find a dragon's nest. Go to the Rocky Mountains, get on top of them, and get a good view. There you will see a lake just north of where you're standing. That's where you must go.
After several hours he arrived, aching and tired. He had finally made it to the lake the goblin had described. He had a big surprise. It was like paradise. He gulped the fresh water. It was so beautiful. He could finally relax.
Even though it was quiet, he could feel someone watching him. Out of nowhere came a splash of water. At first he thought it was a frog, but then a pixie appeared. She was tiny. She smelled like poppies and daisies.
Hello, my little friend. Do you know the way to the dragon's nest?
I'm sure it's too dangerous for you.
I'm the best knight in the country. I can handle anything.
Fine, but be careful. Keep heading south, down the hill, follow the river, and on top of that huge mountain over there.
Thank you. I'll be on my way.
Good luck.
The fairy watched as he continued his journey. On and on he went, through fields, through streams, and through meadows. Finally, he arrived at the foot of a huge mountain. He hiked to the very top, even though there was a perilous drop.
He stood at the mouth of the cave, trembling. When he plucked up the courage, he sneaked into the dragon's cave. Why should I steal from this glorious beast? They are her precious babies. He then turned on his heels and left as quietly as he had entered.
On his way back to the castle, he stopped to pick up some big rocks. He also visited his friend Arthur, the all-powerful wizard.
Arwen asked the wizard to paint the stone to look like dragon's eggs and cast a spell so no one could tell the difference. When the wizard had completed his task, he left to return to the kingdom and Princess Penyrenglyn.
Princess Penyrenglyn welcomed him home with a gentle kiss and immediately brought him to the king.
Arwen presented the painted stones to the king.
Wow, these are real dragon eggs. You, my boy, have done what others feared to do. You have saved this kingdom from ruin and destruction by the Archony Kingdom. Thank you.
The sweet sound of birds tweeting suddenly woke the little dragon from his dream. He peeped around to see what was happening, but soon fell back to sleep in the darkness, under the protective wing of his mother.